Very ominous.
Hello, my beloveds. That is the name of episode 4 of Secret Invasion. Thank you for allowing us to invade your screens. I'm Brandon, that's Joe, and
Hello.
we are the Spectrum Sanctorum. We are shedding light on the Secret Invasion. How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing good, man. Shocked yet again with this episode. Just like last episode.
Yeah,
All this shockingness.
I find myself having different shocks, though. Before we shock anyone else, you should know that we're going to spoil some things.
Yes.
So heads up. There will be spoilers, and since I've taken this break, take a second to go ahead and hit like, share, subscribe, all the buttons. Know what the buttons do? Do them buttons. It really helps us out. I appreciate it. See, look, we even got a little word to tell you what the buttons are in case you didn't hear me. Just
Yeah.
hit the buttons.
Hit them buttons.
Um, yeah. So I'm ready to spoil some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
what what was shocking for me is that like I thought that by the start of the season we were going to be wondering who's a scroll and who isn't a scroll, and
Mhm.
now I find myself wondering who's alive and who isn't
Oh,
alive. Who's gonna die? Who's is that person actually dead? Like
yeah.
last week, I was so sure that Gaia was dead,
Correct.
and we started this episode with seeing her just return because she has secretly uh, given herself some of that extremis. She's
Yeah.
turned herself into a super scroll of sorts.
That's right.
Um, that is so that was our shock. I was so now I have to go and cross off the theory that she is, that we're gonna see whoever her human person was, and that person was gonna be Susan Storm, or whether that
Yeah,
person
yeah,
was gonna
yeah.
be
That's
Abigail
all that stuff
Brand.
is right out the window.
Yeah,
Just like my roadie prediction.
just like everyone's Mephisto prediction.
Yeah.
It's like,
Mephisto
who is
confirmed.
Gaia?
It's Mephisto.
Oh man, so that was like how we started out. Hey, happy to see Gaia back. Have you enjoyed Gaia? I really haven't had much. I don't know. Like she's
Love
done a lot of
Augustine. Mhm.
infiltrating. So she this still feels very much like the Fury show. A lot of the charisma,
Yeah.
a lot of the coolness is coming from him. Whether it's the lines he has to say, and he has a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Or Rhodey being a very, or should I say, Scrody being a
Scrody.
very
It's official.
being a being a very proper villain.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. But I'm hoping that we get to see more room for Gaia to flex her muscles.
Yeah. I mean, I really liked Gaia. I love Amelia Clark. I'm a big fan of
Hmm.
hers ever since Game of Thrones, of course. She's done a couple other movies, but I know her. There's the phrase from Transformers that people will probably be like, yeah, nah, no sacrifice, no victory. She sacrificed so much in Game of Thrones, and it really showed how determined she is as an actress. And
Right.
now here we are again, and I know she's like going top notch into whatever she's doing for this show. So I know that everything that she's putting into is everything she's got.
Yeah.
And
I know she's extremely talented. I just
mhm,
want more.
well, Mo,
But it's not easy, I imagine. She's acting as a alien, pretending she's acting as an alien, acting as a human.
right, doing the double act,
While being a double agent for her family's team.
right? Right. So many layers.
um, yeah, but I'm happy to see her back. I'm just disappointed that I got to cross the theory off. Womp, womp, womp.
Womp, womp. I was really hoping these Fantastic Four little kids would be coming to come fruition, but maybe next time, guys. Maybe next
Maybe
time.
next time. Maybe next time. Right there with Mephisto.
Yep.
We'll see what happens there. Um, we also get from Gaia. From there, we jump into, I believe, uh, 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 we see Fury again,
Yep.
and we see was it Vara?
Hmm.
Yeah, his wife, and we start getting teased. And I knew from the title, Beloved, that we're gonna see this relationship come to head. But so many relationships are coming to a head here. Um, but this really focuses on the subject of husband and wife, I guess, on opposite sides of a war.
Right.
Uh, and once again, these two put on a masterclass because anytime in any episode these two are uh, in the same scene together, they are working.
Yeah. There's a
Yeah,
lot
man.
of chemistry between them. It's very,
Yeah,
yeah.
it is. It is amazing seeing them together. They're doing some poetry, or
Hmm.
should I say he, or should I say she's doing some poetry. Vara,
Yeah, she's
uh,
literally reading poetry.
yeah, they're talking about, uh, she's talking about this book of poems that she has. Very short, very powerful, and Fury, he's not someone, I don't want to say he's not well read, but he's not someone who's well read in like the arts. So he's thinking that maybe she's, reading something from the good book. That's his first guess. But
Yeah,
he's more of like a history buff. He studies the art of war.
that's right.
So he needs
Each
to
baby.
know. So he studies history. That's what he does. Um, so the it almost feels like he's getting an education on the arts and falling further in love with Vara, um, who I'm so used to calling her Vara, but she goes by Priscilla on Earth.
Yes.
Yes,
She's a desert queen.
yeah, yeah.
That's
But
a
she, but
deep cut.
but
If you're a good movie buff, you might get that.
I was not familiar with the reference. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
wow. Oh,
Is
geez.
that a desert queen?
Yeah, it's Priscilla the Desert Queen. It's a movie
Ah, I see, I
from the
see.
early 90s.
How dare you, sir?
Yeah.
Always pulling one over my eyes.
Mhm.
And yeah, so then we see these two, and I think the poem basically goes, and did you get what you wanted from this life, even so? And it's a conversation. So the next line is, I did. And what did you want? To call myself beloved, to feel myself beloved on earth. And it's so nice that it was such a short poem because now I could do it here, and it
Yeah.
didn't feel like it took up too much time.
Yeah.
Uh, but it's part of the reason why Fury fell in love with her. And he's already expressed that, like he knows it was crazy. He was the one objecting to it at first. She was the one that pushed this relationship forward. She said, I don't work for you.
Hmm.
This is not against, guidelines. So she's the one who pushed this to happen. And it's very clear because we already know that she was talking to Gavik why. She made this happen because she was in this from the start.
Right.
Um,
And
so when we have Rhodey, who seems to have his own, or I'm sorry, Scrody, going ahead and has his own plans. He's acting without Gravik. What do you think about this? Who do you think has the most leverage right now? Because it seems like Gravik and Rhodey are semi on even playing fields.
No, they're in cahoots for sure. Because
Oh,
I
go
mean,
ahead, continue.
Scrody was just chilling, like to do, having his tea. Like when everything was hitting the fan, Scrody was like, "Yeah, I'm good. I know what's going on." And Gravik, excuse me, Talos was like, teaming up with Fury, going to the boom booms and getting in that dope Range Rover that I hadn't seen before, which look apparently was bulletproof because I don't know if they just really bad aim and just didn't shoot the windows, but they came in like a wrecking ball and wreck shop, and it was dope, and I really saw how much Scrody was a Skrull. I was like, oh man, total. I mean, obviously the shower scene earlier, but he just didn't do shit. He's like, let this happen. Blame the Russians.
I'm not saying they're not in cahoots. I'm just wondering if Scrody seems very willing to. He looks like he wants the top spot. When he's talking to Priscilla and saying that
Mm,
you know, he wants Fury dead.
you're right.
And she's like, is this what you want or is this what Gravik wants? And she's like, yo, forget what Gravik wants. I'm telling you what to do.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And it's not the first time. When she called for Gravik, and Scrody's the one who picked up the phone.
Right.
So it is kind of wild to see this behavior, because now I'm wondering if there's going to be more dissension amongst the Skrulls. Is Gravik in as much control as he thinks? Is Scrody going to find himself not necessarily with the heroes, but I can see him kind of breaking ranks, because he seems to have his own motives. He seems very comfortable not being in Russia, or not being around Gravik all the time. When he's in the Pentagon in the United States by the president, he's the most powerful person in America,
Right.
because no one's looking over him. When he
Yeah.
gets back to Russia, now he's got to fall back in line with. He's got to fall
But
back
you
in line
think
with
that
Gravik.
there's a small power vacuum, and
There might
Brody
be.
wants to suck up all that power.
I absolutely think so. Yeah,
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, now that you
Scrody's very arrogant.
yeah. Yeah, I feel the burn with Scrody. Like, I feel like he's like, at first I just kind of felt it as he was just a soldier doing the soldier thing, because he was so calm and collected during that whole chaos scene. Like, the real Rhodey would have been like, "All right, I got this," and started doing his moves, or at least summoning his suit or something. And he was just like, if you could put that elevator music of the Lady of Ipanema in there while he's just chilling, looking out the window, that's what I would have pictured. He's just looking out the window like, wow, this shooting, you know. But it was incredible that you really put me onto something that I kind of missed. That Scrody is probably seeping all the things for his own best interests.
That's the way it feels to me. Like
Yeah.
when the dust settles, uh, 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 I'm wondering who gets caught, who gets imprisoned, who dies. I can see Scrody trying to slip away somewhere else in the government, because somewhere out there is still the real James Rhodes.
Right. He's chilling in that thing, you know?
And I imagine he'll be free. We still got Armor Wars on the way.
Yeah.
So Scrody's got to find something else to do if Scrody lives.
Hmm.
And I don't know. Scrody looks like a pack rat. Looks like they could find a way out. And
Yeah.
yeah, got some wiggle room for survival. And yes, yes, yes. Who lives and who dies? Hi,
Mm.
Bethany. That's my sis.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I am very much looking forward to the next episode, but there's still more stuff to going on, because we have to find out more about. Oh my goodness! So you already started talking about Talos.
Yeah.
Before we go into what happens with Talos,
Mm.
we're seeing that he's having an issue with Gaia. You talked about Amelia Clark
Yes.
and Ben Mendelsohn. These are another two that have good chemistry together.
Yeah.
I really enjoy the father daughter chats. But what we have here is a daughter that wants to believe in her father, but he just seems so naive. He's a
Yeah.
believer in a cause. He believes that the people will see what the Skrulls have to offer. Even if he exposes the Skrulls to the world, even if he tells them that there are Skrulls amongst us who have been uh, dishonorable, but the people will see us for who we are, and we will be able to live amongst them.
Yeah.
And Guy doesn't buy that for a second.
No.
And it's very heartbreaking seeing them clash like this. What do you think about their relationship? And knowing what happens to Talos, what do you think happens to Gaia then afterwards, because I don't think she knows yet. I don't think she knows by the end of the episode.
No, definitely doesn't know. But I mean, who knows if he's really, you know,
You're right. You're right. I
he's like,
can't tell because
they
I
already
thought
did
Gaia was
this to
dead,
us. Yeah.
but he didn't get the extremists. He didn't get
No, he didn't get extremists, but maybe there's something else that they were working on because
tis but a flesh wound.
yeah, it's like, oh, you got my shoulder and you messed me up, but I'm okay. Don't worry. I'm gonna be in the hospital next episode. They got to go
Did you
figure out how to not get me killed for real. You know what I mean? Like, there's
did
a
you
lot of
find yourself doing that? Did you find yourself staring at the bullet wound, trying to figure out whether it got his shoulder or his heart?
yeah,
Or
I did. I did. I was like, is it, maybe he missed the artery. I don't know. I don't know Skrull, biology, but maybe he's good. And
maybe
then
he's
he started
died. Maybe
changing, and I was like, oh no. And then they
it's
didn't
not a
give
good
his blood.
sign.
Yeah, and I was like, uh-oh, something might be bad here. I don't know. But I think Amelia Clark's character, guys, ultimate reaction will probably further push herself away from Gravik, and I think that she's going to be the new thorn in his side, and is going to come and end up linking up with Fury to get those pew pews going next episode.
I can see her linking up with Fury. I'm not sure if she will. I would find it weird if she fully embraces Talos's cause, though.
Mm,
I can see that happening because I feel like Disney and Marvel want their heroes to live up to certain ideals and things like that, and so I can see her making this jump from "Oh, Dad, you're so naive" to "I will stand up for what you say is right."
yeah, yeah,
But it's something where I am still skeptical because I want to see this character development for Gaia and see where it goes. Because I wouldn't mind her teaming up with Fury, but very much like how I kind of predict Scrody going on Scrody's own. I wouldn't be surprised if after the dust clears, Vara also goes and does. I'm sorry, not Vara. Gaia goes and does their own thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
What an action scene though! That was one of the biggest action scenes. I
Yeah,
was look.
that was like Marvel Cinematic Universe level action scenes because there was so much going on. And then we got the big reveal, the one Easter egg this week,
Mm-hmm.
and that was I am Groot.
We finally got to see the Groot stretch.
Yeah, the Groot stretch has come and into fruition.
I'm very I'm happy to see Super Scrolls in motion. I'm still looking forward to seeing exactly where Gaia goes, like how deep her power set goes. Does she just have the extremis in her? Did she put multiple things? Uh,
Ooh.
it's strange. I'm curious about Scrolls and physiology because I in Scroll Invasion, everybody, you know, all the Scrolls had powers,
Yeah.
and that was Gravik's plan. I'm not sure if we will see that come to be. Will they just be shapeshifters? Will they be more than that? Time will tell. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I'm gonna go with there's gonna be more than meets the eye for sure.
Hmm.
Because, if I'm not Talos, if Gravik's got I am Groot powers, and we know he has the extremists, so that's like your Johnny Storm. He'll probably end up with the strength maybe of Thor somehow. And
I think he's taking the strength from the uh, uh, obsidian coal.
Obsidian
That's
Cole.
where he's. Well, he's one of the Thanos's order.
Oh, that's right, because they took his
Yeah,
body,
yeah,
his arm or whatever that was left behind. That's
yeah.
right. Yeah, so that he's gonna end up with that dude's arm. Good
And
call. Good call, not
I'm
Thor.
expecting maybe some ice powers from a frost beast,
That
unless
makes
there's something else that he's getting from the
yeah.
frost beast.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean,
Yeah, but
there's a lot.
how much does Gaia have? Will they be evenly matched? Or will she be outdone?
I don't know. I don't know. It'd be dope if it's pretty much balanced and that's the big battle at the end. Because I mean, that would be a good point for her to take off. It's like a vengeance thing. So it's very interesting to see where they're gonna take it from here.
I am very curious to see what is. I think it's weird because I want to say, all right, after such a big moment, they have to slow down. But I feel like every episode's been like really evenly paced, where
Hmm.
there's very heavy drama.
Right.
Like there's a lot of dialogue, a lot of very intriguing conversation, and then a large battle normally by the end of it.
Right.
So I want to say, all right, so they're probably gonna pump the brakes on this, give us time to, you know, absorb everything that just happened
Hmm.
in episode three. However, uh, I think we might still get the moment to do that and still jump right into the action because Gravik had already planned for all this. Now we're going to believe. I guess the big moment is going to be: does the world get revealed? Uh,
Super Scrolls.
the yeah, Super Scrolls. Are the scrolls revealed to the rest of the world? I think that's the big question for next episode.
Yeah. I think that they will ultimately get reviewed to the world, because you're gonna have all the Secret Service saw this green dude chilling on the floor, shot up. They're gonna be like, "What the f?" And they're gonna have his body because Nick Fury got the hell out of Dodge with the president and bounced. So for sure, it's gonna be, "Oh, we got aliens, so here we go, more weird shit on a Tuesday."
Yep. I don't think they revealed the title name of episode 5,
Not yet.
which is coming out on July 19th, Wednesday. But we will. I imagine we'll know soon enough. I do feel like that is the thing that we're all sitting on right now. We're all
Hmm.
sitting on because it's not the first time it's been mentioned. It was mentioned in that parlay between Gravik and Talos that Talos said he would reveal, the scrolls to the world. And
Right.
so I'm wondering, does Gaia live up to that?
I'm wondering if he had a plan B that, like, if he died, all of a sudden all the little machines would malfunction and then all of the scrolls would be revealed. I think
I don't know.
that would be a dope plan B. I've been wrong before, so I'm not gonna really lean on it, but
With this show, I feel like I'm wrong all the time.
yeah, there's
But
really, yeah, you can't really build up anything.
the only thing I've been right about was Scrooge.
Yeah, you
Uh,
were absolutely right about Scrody, man. I
that's
was
it.
so wrong. I was like, nah, no way, not my man Rody. He good. Now here's the
Um,
question I have for you.
oh,
When did they get Scrody? Like, when did they get Rody? When did they swap him?
mm.
Was he chilling eating breakfast and they would just like and hit him with the dart and oh.
Well, it depends. You have to think about Rhodey's decisions on camera
Hmm.
and see if it serves the scrolls at all. Does it? Did it serve the scrolls to have uh, Sam Wilson become Captain America? Because Rhodey was the one who kind of pushed
You're right.
for
For Sam.
Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that something that is in Rhodes' best interest or the Scrolls' best interest?
Hmm.
Um, Same thing with if they're involved in any way with the Thunderbolts. We still don't know anything much about the Thunderbolts and other people in the uh, uh, other people in the
Anti-Avengers group. Yeah.
yes, the Dark Avengers, the Thunderbolts. I always forget her name, Contessa. There we go.
Yes. Yes.
I always forget. I still wonder if Contessa's a scroll. That hasn't been revealed yet.
No.
Um, and if so, then there's still people like take, let's say, U.S. Agent. U.S. Agent was briefly, very briefly, the new Captain America.
Right.
Was that a scroll initiative? You know,
Yeah.
all of the directions that are happening, you have to wonder if you're trying to figure out when exactly Rhodey became a scroll. You have to look at decisions that were made in the MCU and see how these could have been manipulated by a scroll. Um, I still think it happened after because I don't. If Rhodey is a big reason why Sam Wilson is Captain America, then I think he got grabbed afterwards.
Okay.
He probably got grabbed off camera, and we'll probably get a flashback next episode.
Oh, okay. That's a good one.
You
So,
know, yeah.
of course, I scoured the internets and said, "Wow, Brandon was right." So, when did Rhodey get scroted? And
When did Rhodey get scrody?
yeah, and one theory I saw was when Civil War happened and Vision bounced him out of the sky, and he he fell to Earth,
So
and
he got caught while he.
they took him in an ambulance, like Captain
Oh, replaced in the.
in the
Okay,
ambulance. Yeah, like the Skrulls could have been in the ambulance, and
I
then
like that.
yeah, and everything he's been doing is Skrully from day one from Civil War.
Civil War.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so that would be kind of cool. It's like a deep,
Hmm.
yeah,
And what? All right. So let's say, in theory, that to protect Rhodey's pride, because Rhodey's been taking a lot of losses.
yeah. L's in it.
what if what if he was replaced before that, and Ant-Man never actually beat Rhodey?
Oh,
Ant-Man beat Scrody.
oh, there you go. I like that theory. Scrody's Rhodey's undefeated, but Scrody, he got some L's. He took some lumps. I like that.
Oh, no. Hold on, but damn. See, I'm already messing it up because he beat
Oh, he beat Falcon.
he beat Falcon. See, nope. We're still in.
Yeah, we're still in Civil War.
We're still. Oh man. All right. Yes. When did Rhodey get replaced? It might have been. It might have been then. You are correct.
Yeah.
I still don't see how having Sam as Cap serves the Skrulls, but I can see that being, unless it was just to buy trust.
Could be.
Unless it was just to buy trust. It's like, nah, man, Rhodey's not a Skrull. He just gave me a pep talk the other day. He was
Yeah,
saying I shouldn't give.
yeah.
So unless he was just buying trust, all right, you know what? You might have, whoever said that theory, you might have me on your side. I might be on your side there.
Could be. Could be.
All right, I'm with that.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we need to touch on?
Where do we go from here? So now we've had this big assassination attempt on the president of the United States, but obviously the president was knocked out through most of it and won't know who's really behind it. The theory that Gravik was trying to pull was that, oh yeah, it's the Russians, and try to start World War III. But I don't think that's going to come to pass, especially with the green man that's on the floor, like going, I'm still alive. Give me some chicken wings. Like I think with Talos on the floor, that's another deep cut from South Park. But with but with Gravik on the Talos on the floor, green and bleeding, I think they're going to be like, wait a minute, what the hell's going on? This is definitely not the Russians. So I think this could be a diversion away from the World War III plot, and now start to set up what's going on. Is this a mutant?
Well, that's actually something that I've touched on in the past.
Correct.
I feel like that the Skrulls can be used to blame mutants for, or at least get distrust in mutants if the world is not ready to believe. Even though I don't know why they wouldn't be ready to believe that there's aliens when we've already had a blip and a Thanos and Loki
And the Chitauri invasion.
Yeah, like but I can absolutely see mutants getting the blame for what's happening. Even if people come out and say, all right, these are aliens, when you see a mutant child, not you, I know you're a good man, you wouldn't discriminate against the mutant baby.
Nope.
But mutant powers tend to develop, not always, but usually develop around puberty.
Puberty, right? Yeah.
So if you see a young furry kid walking around, it's like young boys start growing their hair around armpits and pube area, and except here's a kid who just looks like a wolf man, just hair everywhere. Do you go and say that's the aliens?
Yeah.
Or it's like, no, I don't know what happened. I'm from Earth. So that's something that we can see happen. I still think that we are going to have the moment. I think we're going to have two moments. We're going to next episode. We're going to see when Rhodey got replaced. We're going to see whether or not Skrulls get revealed to Earth. And as far as what I think they have to reveal it though, because
Yeah.
you're right. It's if they don't, then America has to believe, the American public has to believe that we're in war with Russia. There was a Russian attack on our president, and
that's that.
yeah. So it's like, do we want this to happen, or are we going to tell them the truth about aliens living among us? You know, that's the option. They have a choice to make.
Yeah.
Yep.
There it is.
Yep. Let us know what you think is going to happen in the comments below. Hit like, share, subscribe, all those things. Get everybody involved in the conversation. I am very interested in seeing what you all have to say. I want to see your theories. We can talk about your theories in the next episode. Super excited about Secret Invasion. Now that we're 4 episodes in, Joe, one last question. I'm sorry. What do you think this ranks in your MCU television?
So Loki is still my favorite. I just like the chaos and the jumping around in the multiverse. I like that reveal with the one He Who Remains. I thought that was a pretty cool thing. And now that Jonathan Majors is kind of cleared of that incident, I'm hoping we're going to get him back in the MCU. I hope that'll be kind of glossed over, especially since they let Ezra run wild in The Flash. So I think that yeah, this one's one of the higher ones on my list. I really liked Captain Marvel, or Miss Marvel. I thought that was a very cute story. I love the relationship with her parents, her personal growth as a hero. So that would probably be 2, and this would be 3.
Cool. Well, there's still more episodes to come. We'll see where this falls. Let us know once again in the comments how this show is going for you. That is the Captain Joe Dove.
That's mine.
Yeah. I'm Brandon Lou, still not a Skrull.
Nope.
And we are done shedding light on this topic. Thank you all for joining us. It's time to turn these lights off.
Check out SpectrumSanctorum.net for all of our podcast merch. We have an entire merch store ready to give you all the things that you loved about our podcast. And get notified on all of our socials: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and our Spectrum Sanctorum merch store. Follow us today and be sure to hit that bell when you're watching our YouTube videos so you can be notified of when a new episode releases.